Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to Lex TV, where flavor meets soul. My name is Annie B, and you read the caption. In today's video, we are making a delicious, savory meatloaf. And this is not your regular smuggler meatloaf. We're making a teriyaki glazed meatloaf. The glaze is salty, it's sweet, it is irresistible. This was the juiciest meatloaf I've ever had in my life. Okay, and the flavors were just so vibrant in your mouth. You have salty, you have sweet, you got a little bit of sour from the apple cider vinegar that I used to make the teriyaki glaze. And then with the sweet potato, roasted sweet potato and sautéed cabbage, this was a perfect meal. Absolutely perfect. Ain't nothing to it but to get into it. So here I have my ground beef in a bowl, and I'm adding in some diced red and yellow onion, scallions, Scotch bonnet pepper, of course, minced garlic, scrambled egg, but we have some breadcrumbs, and these things are going to help to make your meatloaf juicy. Okay, you don't want no dry meatloaf. Okay, can't stand dry meat. So here I'm adding in some teriyaki sauce, and please keep in mind I will have the recipe down in the description box below. I'm adding some soy sauce. I'm going to add some black pepper, ground allspice, ground ginger, some seasoning salt, some sesame oil, and then we're going to go ahead and give that a good mix. Make sure everything is well incorporated into your meat. And then we're going to get a loaf pan. I lined mine with parchment paper. You can oil yours. You can spray it however you choose, just as long as your meatloaf does not stick to the pan. So I lined mine with parchment paper, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add my meat in there, patting it down gently, okay? Show that meat some love. Patting it down just so that it shapes out into the loaf pan. This was, I'm telling y'all, irresistible. The best meatloaf I've ever had and ever made. I don't make meatloaf that often. This was amazing. So here I have some chopped sweet potato and red and green bell pepper. We're going to roast this. I added some sesame oil. I'm adding seasoning salt, some black pepper, some ground ginger, some soy sauce. These roasted sweet potatoes were amazing. Okay, amazing. And then I added garlic powder, onion powder, you know, your everyday seasonings, but, you know, jazz it up a little bit with the soy sauce and the ground ginger. It gave it a very nice taste. Very, very nice. And I was just going to roast that in the oven. I roasted this on 375. So the meatloaf is in there on 375 for about 45 to 55 minutes. And I'm going to have the sweet potatoes roast on that same, you know, until they're nice and tender. So now we're going to make the glaze, okay? And I added some apple cider vinegar, teriyaki sauce, and brown sugar to a pot. Okay, let that simmer a bit. And of course, I added some Scotch bonnet pepper. I went in with some cilantro and a cornstarch slurry, which is like just a tablespoon of water and some cornstarch. Mix that, and you're just going to go ahead and mix that in. Once you take your meatloaf out, you put on that beautiful teriyaki glaze. Look at that. Look at that glaze. So good. So good. And now to saute some cabbage. I have some cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, some sliced cabbage. I added soy sauce and some salt, black pepper. Yeah, I kept it cute. Very good sautéed cabbage. I love cabbage. Let me know if you love cabbage down in the comment section below. Do you like meatloaf? Let me know if you guys like meatloaf. I love meatloaf, but I actually don't eat it often. But lately I've just been craving very random things. And so it's just a joy to share these things that I'm making for my family with you all. This was a delicious meatloaf. You guys, this is a must-try meatloaf recipe. It's just, you have to. So be sure to go down in the description box for the full written recipe. It was so juicy, so savory, and I love the teriyaki glaze. Has that little bit of sweetness and a little bit of kick to it. So good. And then it went perfectly with cabbage. Perfect with the cabbage and the roasted sweet potato. This is a very nice platter. If you have people coming over and you want to wow them with a nice, simple, homey meal, this would do that. And then you could also have some rice as well, some white rice, or just such a good meal that your family would thoroughly enjoy. So good. Such a juicy, savory, amazing meatloaf recipe. All right, you guys, I thank you all for tuning in. Every single one of you I appreciate. And yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this recipe. Let me know down in the comments below if you would try this recipe, if this is something that you would eat, okay? God bless you all. And of course, peace.